Yo, it's your man C. Scott. Welcome back to this week's episode of Coffee Grind. Now, this week we're going to continue the conversation that we had with Jay Wells Jr. You know, this entertainment industry extraordinaire. You know, actor, model, stunt performer, stunt coordinator. He does it all. Anyway, one correction from last week. He is a 4th degree black belt, not a 3rd degree. He gave me all types of hell for that. So this week, grab your pen, grab your paper, and these are a few things I want you to listen out for. He's going to be talking about walking in your purpose, how important that is, the power of a fast, the power of momentum, and taking advantage of every opportunity that's given to you. There's a whole bunch of other stuff he's talking about, so make sure you got a pad and pencil to write it all down. He's going to hit you rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire. But get your pad, get your pencil, get you some coffee. Get ready for this week's episode of Coffee Grind. So sometimes Life Guide Universe, whatever name people want to put on the door, but sometimes I see that you got to be taken down to that level of just decimated almost to just be built back up. Because I mean, you know, if you're going to go ahead and rebuild a building or what have you. For the most part, if it needs to be a new building, you know, you're not gonna start and use the other pieces of it. You know, if it needs to be something totally different than what it was before, you have to just destroy and demolish,
destroy and rebuild.
And I think that's you know, you had that moment. It was that moment in time, and then it was a building phase from them because you've had a lot of momentum since then.
I have, man. To touch on what you said, the Bible says you can't put new wine in the old wineskins. Exactly. You can't mix it and everything. Exactly. And you told me this. It's like, you know, maybe God did it this way to make sure He gets the credit. So it's I have no ego about what I'm doing now, what's happened for me, because halfway through the month, I had no idea what I was gonna do. Like I couldn't borrow that much money from nobody, man, to pay my rent, man. I was getting my mind ready. It's like, man, you know, I ain't never lived in my car before, but you know, if this is the path I'm on, I'm thinking about what I can sell, what I'm gonna keep, what I'm gonna throw away. That's what my mind thought was at that time, because the 12th of October, $30. And so I'm thankful. And to tie back into our 3 questions, 1 tip, you know, I looked at that interview recently and it's like, man, like I said what I wanted to do. I worked on the feature. As a matter of fact, I did everything I wanted to do in one movie, Black Panther. I worked on a major motion picture that opened a lot of doors for me. I did action-related stuff. It made me SAG eligible. My karate came into play in this movie. But the thing that's so beautiful about it, I spoke it. I spoke it. You know, that's how powerful the tongue is. I had no idea how, when, what, where, why. None. I just spoke it. And look what happened. And then it happened for me.
Well, and also, if I might be able just to tag on to that, no pun intended with the movie. if I might be able to tag to that. So you spoke it early months ahead of time. And I also think, and this is a key one for those that are, you know, has a little bit of spirituality to you, I think that fast cleared out a lot of stuff. For you to be able to, you know, to move forward.
I believe so, man, because you know, it's you said this, it's something about giving up something and like feeling that hunger. And I learned a lot from that. It was like, you know, it taught me about taking control of myself and my experience and everything. And a lot of times, and this is in this country, we're taught eat 3 squares a day, this, that, and the third, and everything. That's not necessarily true. And so a lot of times we end up eating out of habit. We end up doing things out of habit, not because
our whole life is out of habit.
It's out of habit. And so
if we don't control those habits are going to control us.
You think doing stuff out of habit. We go through daily being zombies. You think you're present, but you're not.
You're not at all.
When I was on that fast, I wanted to go to the cabinet and get some crackers or something like that.
Just because that's what you normally do.
Not because I was hungry, but because of habit. I had to break that. You know what I'm saying? And then that goes into something else that, you know, we talk about a lot of time. It's just taking control. And taking responsibility, man. Once you take control and you take responsibility, you gotta own it and then you can manipulate it, transmute it, whatever that is, and it's yours to do with whatever that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we go through, man, you did this to me, you did that and everything, and I get it. Stuff happens.
Right.
When stuff happens, you need to get mad, grieve, this, that, and the third.
Right.
And like just my example, you know, some would say I acted irresponsibly. It was an oversight on my part.
Right.
I overdrew my account by 31 cents. I gotta own that. That's what happened.
Right.
The beautiful thing about that though is that, you know, had I not been working, you know, because the thing is, maybe it still would have happened.
Yeah.
If I still would have overdrawn my account. But the beautiful thing is, I still had the money to cover that oversight on my part.
Right.
And so I was mad, but I couldn't be mad at anybody else but myself. Now at that point after that, I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I need to do now.
But see, and it's great. I think it's great that you said that, because a lot of people, at least a lot of people that I know, and I just think people in general, would have not taken that responsibility. They would have been, oh, the bank should have, you know, they shouldn't have. They, you know, they want to blame everybody else and blame a little bit of everything, and you know, other than themselves. But yeah, I think that's a key one, and that seems to be an ongoing theme in a lot of these that we're talking with people that are grinding, is just taking responsibility.
You have to, and it's like, if you don't get anything out of what I'm saying, you know, take responsibility for your experience, no matter what that is. And you gotta take responsibility because, you know, let's say like this coffee mug, I take responsibility to this. You know, I can take care of it, wash it, I can throw it down and break it. The choice is mine because I own it and take responsibility of it. If I don't, somebody else can take and do whatever they want to with it. And I'll be complaining about it, but they took the responsibility of it. So you gotta take responsibility, whatever your experience is, own it so you can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? If stuff happens, I understand people will wrong you and everything, but it happened to you. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you have to, okay, this happened. What do I need to do next to get past this? You know, and take your time to grieve, get mad, cuss, fuss, whatever that is. But then you gotta start making steps to get beyond that.
So let's switch gears here real quick. We got about 5 or 10 more minutes.
Damn, man, been running my mouth.
Yeah, that's what you do. It's what you do, but it's all right. I expected this, so that's why
I didn't mean to fill my whole coffee grind up with this story.
No, it's important though. That's a big story, and it's important. And, you know, I think this it has a lot of nuggets built in there with just keys that you did. But also, let's just talk for a couple of minutes about. Okay, so that's happened, and that's the setup too. So we gotta set that up. So that's happened. And then the momentum. Let's talk about the momentum of what's happened after that.
Since that time, you know, a lot's happened for me. And so for those of you that live in Jacksonville, even in Atlanta, God has just opened so many doors for me. And since that time, I was working a job. I still had to get it. # Jeffrey Owens. A lot of the people that I worked with on Black Panther, they went on to work on Avengers. I didn't have the opportunity because I'm kind of new to the game in terms of stunts. And so, but since that time, I got a lot of exposure. My city showed me a lot of love. I did several interviews that aired on TV.
We'll link up here. Yeah,
we'll link and everything. And so that was huge for me. The screenings, and God did a double blessing for me because once Jacksonville jumped on the story, I had to do the interview remotely. So for NBC, for First Coast News, they have a satellite station in Atlanta. So I went there to do the interview.
So you got double. They were able to
double
do it on
coverage.
both. Yep.
And this is how God will bless you, man. Like, you know, I didn't think I was deserving, but God had otherwise. You know what I'm saying? You know, out of all the talent that worked on the movie, out of all the talent that's in Atlanta, nobody stepped forward to the news to do a story. But because I'm doing a satellite interview, they did the footage and they sent it back here. She did an extended interview for their news station here in Atlanta for 11 Alive in the morning. So I did an interview for here, and I did an interview for Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with that, I want to say, you know, I was thinking about this last night. You got to take advantage of those opportunities. You know, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta know you're deserving. Part of me is like, man, you know, there's other people been doing this for longer, this, that, and the third. You know, God didn't choose them, he chose me.
Right.
And so I just gotta walk in that, and they gotta own that. And so when you get opportunities, don't, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gets a lottery ticket and wins the lottery. You know what? I'm not ready for this money. There's other people that deserve this money a lot more than me.
Right.
No, you take the money, be thankful. Now, you do what you need to with that money to further advance your life.
Right. Right.
Black Panther was my lottery ticket, and so I'm using this to open other doors and further advance my life.
Right.
And you know, I'm appreciative of that. Right. And the news and everything. And so it got slow for me in terms of auditions and whatnot. But I was able to do a show.
Right.
Murder by Numbers. I did that back in March.
Right.
And then I went back on the road to tour and everything, which is good because I kind of wanted to get back on the road, but I didn't know when I was going to get that opportunity. So I went and traveled and everything and had a ball. And since that time, I started my own tour vlog called Tour Life Vlog with Jay Wells. It's on YouTube. But it gave me another opportunity to go out and really chronicle that experience, show people different places, talk about it, and put it on video.
Right.
And then when I came back, right when I was preparing for things to slow down, it picked up for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As soon as I came back, my agent had some auditions for me. I just rapped on this independent film called When a Woman Loves a Man.
Right.
I got the lead on that.
Yep. Stunt coordinating.
A stunt short film called Invasion.
Right.
And so I shadowed the stunt coordinator, so I was able to learn a lot because she was only able to be there one day.
Right.
And then after that, I took over the helm, and so I was able to, you know, coordinate weapons wrangling, and actually coordinate a stunt for that film. And now that's opened other doors for me because a dude I met on set, he only knows me as a stunt coordinator because when he was doing the play, I coordinated a stunt for this play he was doing. I had to safely get a dude down the steps.
Right.
You know, fall down the steps for his gag. I did that, so that opened up a door for me with his brother. His brother's making a fan-made film. So they brought me on to help coordinate the fight scenes and the stunts with that.
Right.
I just rapped on the pilot that we shot, and so I just finished the audition last night, and so God's really been opening the doors for me. He's doing a lot for me, and so I got like a lot of momentum going into the new year. 2019, the projects and stuff that I got going on.
Yeah, universe loves momentum. I've said it before. I'll continue to say it. God and the universe love momentum.
Yes.
I mean, when you start doing your little bits here and there, and you start seeing, you know, the opportunities, and you start pushing those opportunities. Yeah. Universe loves momentum. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. But man.
I wanted to say this too. Going back to the Black Panther thing, I think this is important. You know, all I did, I walked in my purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And had I not been a martial artist, had I not been practicing karate, I could have got this opportunity, and I wouldn't have been ready for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I did karate because I loved it, I enjoyed it, and karate is so ingrained in my life and who I am and what I do now. Where I start and where it begins, I don't know because I've been doing it for that long.
Right.
But you got to walk in your purpose, and I believe this because it happened to me. Eventually, your passions will make a way for you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might not be on the grand scale, whatever it is, it's going to make a way for you and everything. You just got to walk in that. And I did it because I love it. And I did karate for years. I had to pay to learn karate.
Yep.
That's how much I loved it. And so, if I can impart anything, do what you love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do it. You know
Even
what
if
I'm
you're not getting paid for it.
Even if you're not getting paid
do
for
it anyway.
You got to do it because eventually it's going to make a way.
It's in you for a reason. Whatever you love is always in you for a reason. Now, you've been doing, man, I remember back in the day, you've been doing karate. How long you been doing karate? I mean, not to date yourself, but we going to just date yourself. I mean, 20, 30 years?
Not quite, no, not 30. I've been doing karate off and on, going on.
You started back in high school, right?
After high school.
You didn't start high school?
I wasn't doing it in high. It was like a year after high school.
Maybe it was. I mean, that high school, college area kind of all blended together.
It's been a minute, off and on for like 15 plus.
Okay, yeah. So then, I say that to say, you know, it was 15, 20 years of just doing it just because it's what you like and what you love to do. And then it took that long for it to actually turn into something that you actually get paid off.
And that goes into something we talked about previously,
Right.
and everything. Just the time it takes for stuff.
Right.
And what were we talking about? It just hit me. And so you never know when those opportunities are gonna come up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just did it because that's what I wanted to do. Oh, this is what I wanted to say is when you operate inside your passion.
Yep.
You know, the time doesn't matter because you're enjoying what you're doing anyway.
Exactly.
And we were talking about this the other day. A lot of people are burning themselves out because they're not operating what they should be doing. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get burned out. And we talked about, shouts out to E.T. You know what I'm saying? He talked about grinding your passion.
Yeah, man.
And he talked about Beyonce, how she went 3 days rehearsing on set.
It's a different life
she
when
forgot
you
to eat.
It's completely different
It's
when you
completely
start getting your passion.
It is.
It's completely
You know
different.
what I'm saying? She was so engaged in what she was doing. She was so engaged in what she loved. She wasn't hungry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people are hungry and starving because they're looking at somebody else's grind, somebody else's passion, and trying to operate in that.
Right.
And they're getting
They're trying
burned
to
out.
emulate what they're doing.
Yeah.
But
You're trying to
just
be a
do
movie
you.
star. Yeah.
Right.
You trying to be a movie star, maybe it's not for you to be a movie star. You trying to be the next Bill Gates, maybe it's not for you to be the next Bill Gates.
Right.
What do you enjoy?
Right.
You operate in that, you do that,
Right.
you're not gonna get burned out. Why?
Right.
Because you love and you enjoy what you're doing.
Right. Right. And you're gonna be doing it. And seriously, I mean, I honestly thought E.T. was full of shit. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is he talking about? Until it happened.
Yeah.
You know, it happened to me just the other day. I was like,
Yeah.
I should probably eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably a good thing to try to get some food right about
Yeah.
now. But yeah, I mean, until it happens. But when it happens, though, it's confirmation that you know that you're on your path of work, walking in your
I think
purpose.
it's what it is because what he says has a lot of weight to it and it's got a lot of validity, but a lot of people, the other part of that, you got your eyes on your neighbor plate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and this is what's gonna happen. You got your plate of food, the other person got their plate of food.
Right.
Your food hot and ready to eat. Right. And while you over here looking at your neighbor plate, looking at what they got over there, your food getting cold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
While they enjoying what they enjoy, you trying to enjoy theirs, but instead of enjoying what you have.
Focus on what's been placed and put in front of you.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And enjoy that to the fullest.
You have to, man.
You know, and
You know,
just be in that moment.
You have to, man, because everybody's special.
Right.
Everybody is. If you hear, you're special, man. I mean, if you break it down to biology, man, out of however many thousands of millions of sperms died off for that one to create you, just from out of that, man, if you hear you alive, you're a winner, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times in life and society, people are shamed.
You just get beaten down so much.
You do, man.
Yeah.
People get shamed for having jobs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The entrepreneurial lifestyle, which is something to be said for that. But there's no shame in having a job and working and providing for yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because just like we need actors, we need singers, we need dancers, we need athletes. On the flip side, we need farmers. We need lawyers.
Right.
We need doctors.
Right.
We need construction people.
Right.
Because guess what?
Right.
You know, you set the stage for people like myself.
Right.
You know, what's an actor that doesn't have a stage to perform on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your job matters. If you're a store clerk, if you work at McDonald's, you important because you making sure people eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. People like, you won't be flipping burgers all your life? The real shame in your job is if you're doing a job and that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
If you're not, going back to full circle what we're talking about, the real shame in doing the job is when it's not your passion.
Right. And just if I might be able to add to that, you can have a job that's not your passion.
Yeah.
But find a way to do your passion as well.
Exactly.
Find a way to make either that job work within what your purpose is, or find some time, because we all have more time than we think we do, to work on your passion.
We do.
So as long as you're somehow throughout your day, sometime throughout your day, you got a little bit of time to work on your passion, even if it's just researching.
Man, you remember what we came up with?
What's that?
if you're not gonna work full time on your passion, you need to work overtime on it.
Right.
And so do what you need to do, but then when you come home,
Say that again.
if you're not gonna,
for the people.
if you're not gonna work full, you gonna love me.
Now, see, you went a whole different way with
I did. But no, listen. If you're not gonna work full time on your passion, you need to work overtime on it. By overtime, I mean when you put your 7-8 hours in on your job, you need to go home and spend like an hour, 2 hours, daily, every other day, whatever that is. You need to spend a little time working on yourself, working on your passion.
Right.
You do. And
that's a tweetable moment, y'all.
tweetable. Work on your passion. Working on yourself also.
Right.
That's going to bring a full circle what we're talking about, because a lot of people are operating in stuff that's not their passion because they don't know who they are.
Right.
You need to spend time with yourself to figure out who you are, what you like, what you don't like. You need to know who you are. That's going to make it come full circle with what you need to be doing and everything and what you're going to be about.
Right. Yeah. Self-improvement is a must, and working on whatever your purpose is, finding that, and that's a must.
Yeah.
And so definitely.
That purpose is gonna come out of finding out who you are, and that's the biggest thing. If anything, remember that you gotta remember you gotta know who you are and think about that and everything, because that's very important. That's gonna put you on the path of what you need to be doing if you know yourself. I know I enjoy being active. I know I enjoy karate. And so those are the kinds of things I want to work on in terms of film and acting and everything. But see, I know that about myself because I spent time with myself practicing everything, and I broke down. And even now, with work, other opportunities are coming up for me to use my art. People want to learn karate and everything. I've got this wealth of knowledge that I need to unleash onto the world and share. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing myself or anybody else any favors by not doing that. So that's what I have to do.
The world needs that.
The world needs that. The world needs me. The world needs you as well. And so whatever you're supposed to be doing, whatever it is that lights your fire, do that, develop yourself, and then share it.
There you go. That's it, man. We can cut it right there, man. You done hit them with the story, and then hit them with the, hey man, how you doing?
Hey,
all right,
up,
good
man?
to see you. You know, with the story. You know him. That's the owner, by the way. Great man. Y'all need to make sure y'all come to Coffee Grinder. But anyway, back to the lecture ahead. But you know, you gotta you done hit him with the story, a little bit about your journey, and then just drop that knowledge at the end, man. I think that's a wrap.
I want to keep talking though,
but
man,
you get to save it for next time.
Okay.
You can't just hit them. You can't hit them with everything all at once. I'm gonna save it for next time.
I'll be back.
But so where to find you? What? There goes Jay on Instagram. There goes Jay on YouTube.
Yeah, there goes Jay.
Which that's gonna be linked up. Yep.
Yeah. You can check out my vlog, my tour vlog.
Yep.
See all the places I've been. You can.
I know
there
Instagram
goes J1
yep. Okay.
on Twitter.
Okay, there goes J1.
My website, jwellsjr.com.
There you go.
Check me out there.
There you go. And IMDb this man. IMDb him.
Yeah, you
Check it out. Check it out. Hey,
Google me, baby.
Hey, be transparent here. Check it out. Look and see. You know, IMDb and see them credits.
It's a little creepy, but yeah, you can Google me.
Well, you know. On that note, man, I appreciate you. You're doing it again. So normally I would say, hey, we should do this. No, you're doing it again. I don't know when. But
hey, the person, you gotta know people in this life, man. You know, had I not known this guy, what's up? Come here. Bam, doing good. Man,
we in here.
We got the promo models popping in. Man, where else but on Coffee Ground? We got the pretty ladies in the background.
So, you got anything, any parting words of wisdom for them?
Any parting words, man? The only thing I want to say, thank you for tuning in.
Yep.
Check out this show. I believe in it. It's going places. And the only thing I want to part with, man, just, you know, I said it before.
Okay.
On my 3 questions in 1 tip. You have to go to the Instagram to get the tip. But I'm bringing it to you. Getting it
here right
you
now.
Getting the tip. Be you.
Be you. Yep.
Be you. Straight up and down. And it's like, I was just talking real quick. Last one, then we out. Because I know you got to go. I was talking to my friend of mine, he's a rapper and everything, and he was talking about his style of music and everything. He was going through trying to reinvent himself.
Right.
As I was talking to him, I was talking to myself. It was like, man, you don't need to do anything else, man. You just need to be you, man, because listen, rap isn't just gangster, it's not just thug, it's not just hard.
Right.
We have party music, we have dance music, we got this feel-good music, man. You know, we don't have a lot of people that are, you know, bring the punchlines and the jokes to the rap.
Right.
You the extension of De La Soul.
Right.
You know, Fresh Prince.
Right.
Farside. You know, Lil Dicky.
Right.
All these people, man, you're the evolution of that, man.
Right.
Rap needs you, the world needs you, man, but we can't get what we need if you don't be who you're supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So be you because the world needs you. And I'm saying that to say to myself, I got to do that for myself. I got to be me.
Yeah.
I'm interested in karate. That's what I like.
Right.
And with that, it's opened the doors for me because people know I do that. A guy at one of the locations, he wants his son to learn karate. So we're going to talk about, you know, setting up and doing some lessons and everything. Right. And so, you know, if God didn't feel I was ready, I wouldn't have the opportunity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to get out of my way and any kind of hang-ups I have about what I'm supposed to be doing, how good I am. And last thing, very last.
I'm just here.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison
is the thief of joy. I can't operate and be who I'm supposed to be because I'm busy comparing myself to other people.
Right.
Oh, look, I'm not a UFC world champion. I can't teach nobody.
Right.
I'm not this guy, I'm not that person.
Right.
Meanwhile, a lot of the people that I'm looking at, they're champions and trainers. Their trainers aren't world champions.
Right.
But they know their stuff and they're able to teach the next generation what they need to do.
Right.
And there's different levels for everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what, I'm not here. Do I not know karate?
Right.
Yeah, I do know karate. I know it well enough to teach it.
Right.
You know, I've taught kids before, I've done that. So, you know, and you learn along the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even if you don't feel that you're not able, jump in and do it because you build your wings on the way down.
Yeah, you're gonna exactly. Mm-hmm. You definitely will.
You know,
as you're going, things will start popping up,
Things
and
will
it
start
all
popping.
just start pieces start going.
And even
together.
as ready as you think you are now, let's say like I'm not ready yet, and you take the time to get ready. You think you're ready, you start doing it.
Right.
You're not gonna be ready.
You're never ready until you start. Yeah.
Because where you are now isn't gonna be where you are a year from now.
Right.
You're gonna learn different ways. You're gonna grow. And you're gonna. This man's a prime example. He was ready with 3 questions, 1 tip. Right. Dope idea.
Right.
Look what it's morphed into.
Right.
And that was perfect. He thought about it, he set it out, planned it, and did it.
Right.
And even then, it's progressed into something that's grown and flowered into something even more beautiful. That's what's gonna happen with you in your evolution. So just do it. Because once you evolve and do it, you're best at that point. Now when you look back, he gonna look at 3 questions, 1 tip, like, man, that was okay for then.
But you gotta start though.
Yeah. Right now, at this moment, it's okay, but at that moment, it was perfect.
Yeah. Right.
So start.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's it, man. We got.
That's it. And we coming back for
we gonna do this again.
We gonna do it again.
So just save some of that.
Okay.
For the next time.
We gonna save
the podcast or whatever, the something or another. Just calm your ass down, man.
I'm trying. It's so hard. It's so hard to be calm. I'm living my best life.
All right, that's all we got for you today.
And my little DiCaprio, my the Great Gatsby pose. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Leave your comments below, like, share, subscribe, describe, all that stuff. That's all I got for you. I love you. Namaste, baby. Namaste. Lord. That's it. We done.